What if I told you that this book could unlock the secrets of a lost civilization? You've probably never heard of the Etruscans, but they were a super advanced civilization in Italy, WAY, before the Romans were a big deal. They literally taught the Romans how to write and even gave them gladiators. And then the Romans completely erased them from history. They left behind insane tombs and art, but we still can't even understand their language. And then, this was found. It's a book made of solid gold, with pages held together by golden rings, and it's a direct message from that lost world. Some people think this is the oldest multi-page book on the entire planet, but this priceless object is at the center of a huge controversy. Experts are in an all-out war over it. So, is this a real 2,600-year-old key to the past, or is it one of the biggest fakes in history? The answer could change everything, or expose a mind-blowing scam. The story of how this book was found is absolutely insane. This wasn't some official discovery. The story goes that some random guy in Bulgaria found it all the way back in the 1940s or 50s. He was a soldier digging a canal, and his crew accidentally broke into an ancient tomb. Inside this forgotten tomb, the soldier supposedly found this solid gold book. Some people even say he grabbed a piece of a painting off the wall. We don't know why, but he kept this discovery a complete secret for decades. For over 50 years, one of the most important artifacts in the world was just sitting hidden away, and nobody knew it existed. It wasn't until 2003 that the book was finally revealed. The finder, now 87 years old, decided to give this treasure to a museum in Bulgaria. But he had one condition. He had to be completely anonymous. He literally handed over a priceless gold book in a giant mystery. The museum announced it like it was the biggest discovery ever. But for archaeologists, a story this perfect with zero evidence is a massive red flag. The book was safe in a museum, but its problems were just getting started. Okay, so here's why people think this thing is 100% real. It's made of 6 sheets of almost pure 24-karat gold. Gold doesn't rust or fall apart, which explains why it looks so perfect after 2,600 years. And the craftsmanship is incredible. The Etruscans were legendary goldsmiths, the best in the ancient world, and this looks exactly like their work. But wait, there's a huge problem. It was found in Bulgaria, not Italy, where the Etruscans lived. How is that possible? Well, the pages have Etruscan letters and pictures of things like a horseman, a siren, and a lyre. Experts think this book was actually made by the Thracians for a super rich guy, who was part of the Orphic cult, a mystery religion that was huge in both Thrace and the Etruscan world. Orphism was all about what happens after you die. Followers would bury their dead with tiny gold plates called passports for the dead to guide them in the afterlife. This solid gold book is believed to be a super fancy VIP version of one of those passports. This theory perfectly explains why you'd find Etruscan writing on an object made in Thrace. They shared the same religion, and if it's real, it's the oldest bound book ever discovered. This would literally push back the history of books by centuries. To prove it, the museum said to independent experts checked it out and confirmed it was authentic. For everyone who believes, this is a priceless, genuine artifact that gives us a look into a world we thought was lost forever. But for every reason to believe it's real, there's another reason to think it's a complete fake. Problem number 1, and this is a big one. We have no idea where it really came from. In archaeology, how you find something is everything. This book has none of that. It just appeared. The story about the guy digging a canal, we can't prove an NY of it. No photos, no witnesses, nothing. For most scientists, that alone makes it worthless. Then there are the experts who supposedly said it was real. The museum has never told us who they are or shown us their scientific reports. In science, if you don't publish your proof for others to see, it basically didn't happen. Why would you be so secretive about an artifact this important? The Etruscan language is another huge problem. We can read their alphabet, but we barely understand their words. A good forger could just arrange real Etruscan letters and symbols into something that looks real but is actually total gibberish. It would be almost impossible to prove it's fake just by reading it. The skeptics point out that this has happened before. Other ancient metal books have been found, and they turned out to be massive fakes. The story of a poor, anonymous finder and a perfectly preserved treasure is a classic scam. To these critics, this gold book has all the signs of being fake. Until the museum releases all its data, the book is stuck in academic purgatory. It's just too suspicious to trust. So, what's the final answer? On one side, we have an insane artifact made of pure gold that could rewrite history. It gives us a peek into what ancient people believed about life and death. It's an amazing story about a hidden treasure finally being revealed to the world. On the other side, the story is just too good to be true. We have an object with no history, from a source we can't name, and zero of the scientific proof that is required today. The fact that most experts are completely silent about this book is crazy. Are they staying quiet because it's obviously real, or because it's so suspicious they don't want to get involved? The Golden Orphism book is stuck between being a real piece of history and a total myth. It makes you wonder how we know anything about the past. What's the real difference between a priceless relic and an amazing fraud? For now, the book sits in a museum, a silent symbol of a huge debate. Is this a real message from 2,600 years ago, or is it one of the greatest scams of all time? The final verdict hasn't been decided. I want to know what you think. Is the Golden Orphism book real or fake? Let me know your theory in the comments right now. And for more videos on the craziest mysteries in history, make sure to subscribe.